Welcome back, Super Friends and Super Family. I'm Nick, and today I'm reacting to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 6, Episode 6. So, last episode, we had Buffy just facing again some of the struggles of adult life, trying to figure out what she wants to do with her career, where exactly she fits in the world now that she's kind of really on her own. And I feel like Buffy has really been trying to find her path in life existentially since being brought back from the dead in a very understandable way. But we're just seeing that struggle. We're seeing the Three Stooges mess with Buffy and just give her a headache throughout the show, give us some comedic relief throughout everything, throughout some of the darkness that we've seen so far this season. So it's just an interesting way to kind of balance things out. And then we did have the really touching moment with Giles at the end of last episode where he gives Buffy a check to kind of help her out, help her get back on her feet. So I'm wondering where we're going to go with this storyline as we continue with this next episode. As always, if you want to watch along the full unedited reaction along with future episodes of both Buffy and Angel, it's all up on Patreon. Thank you so much to everyone who supports the channel there. Let's just get right into it. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 6, Episode 6.
Everything on this table's half off.
Looking busy here, Anya. Oh, dang, she's got skates? She's got skates? Okay.
Fireflies, spat monkey.
Oh, okay, it's Halloween.
Not a real pirate. Don't look stupid.
Dang, what a rude kid.
Ahab, a little help, please.
What's Xander's white whale? Marriage?
An angel. This is a special kind of angel called a Charlie.
A what?
Skate around with perfect hair fighting crime.
Oh, wow.
Where's your costume?
Like I'm 6 years old. Halloween's so lame.
Oh, dang, she's too cool for Halloween.
Teach me a new one after work called Shiver Me Timbers. Ever play?
On. Willow could...
Tara to the rescue.
How about you? Ever play Shiver Me Timbers?
Not really much for the timber.
You might want to rethink the stereotype you into a toad. Would you try removing that broomstick from your...
I love how Willow gets worked up about this.
One more idiot that thinks witches are all...
Do you have any candy corn?
Oh, there goes all your rage.
Or just the cutest thing.
You said...
I know, but look.
I mean, imagine if Willow scolded this poor little girl. That'd be horrifying.
Can't put sugary niblets, okay?
Don't touch it. Don't grab it. Don't make a mistake. Oh, well, here we're going. Let's kickstart the episode.
Running low on mandrake root. Check the base.
Oh, Buffy's not dressed up.
Station over and over.
She worried she's gonna relive it? No.
Oh!
Running low on berberweed. Stir it in with the blood. Makes it all hot and spicy.
Oh, really? You like spicy blood? I can relate. I like spicy food.
I mean, no. Okay, because that's what I do.
One-time deal to help out. Loop-de-loop, mummy hand, repeat-o-vision.
If Buffy got paid hourly, would she get overtime for the time loop?
Where's the mandrake root?
Like a bit of the rough and tumble.
What?
What?
You patrolling. Hello.
That's what you call it? The rough and tumble?
I should stay. Maybe tomorrow.
Spike wants to take Buffy on a date.
Much easier to talk to when he wanted to kill me.
That's very understandable, honestly.
Go help Giles.
What happened to Xander?
Okay, that's an amazing outfit there, Giles.
Pick the wrong one and end up in an alternative dimension.
Giles is stressed.
Giles, it squishes annoying teeny pirates. It's the one time of the year supernatural threats give you the well-deserved rest.
I mean, do they?
Patrol to avoid any of that, and I'm bagging.
I mean, if it weren't for the scary music, it could just be someone humming Pop Goes the Weasel, right? What are you cooking?
Happy Halloween.
That's not how the song goes.
Special this year.
Poison candy? What are you gonna do, bro? Jeez. Are you kidding me? Old Grandpa's gonna grab a knife and go crazy here? I honestly thought something was gonna go wrong because Dawn stole that coin, but maybe both. Either way, I'm excited. Halloween's a great holiday. Halloween and Buffy, that's fantastic. Especially with how dark some of the episodes of this season have been. They could make this Halloween pretty dark. I mean, him grabbing a kitchen knife like that?
Come again. In a zillion years.
Or go boom.
I've been here so many times.
Incredible thing I have ever experienced.
Yes, well done.
Astounding heaps of money. You help me. Us. Acquire post-holiday clearance. Cornerstone of retail.
Will they make a lot of money? I don't think so.
Self-cleaning incantation, it'll be like Fantasia. I'm a little more adept than a cartoon mouse.
Can they do a self-cleaning spell? That'd be amazing.
Good, because And there's no need to wear those.
Every time I close out the cash register, dance of capitalist superiority.
What is Xander?
I'm gonna marry that girl.
Oh.
Oh dang, Buffy's the first one to know.
Hey, everybody.
It's time? Oh, this is gonna be the happiest day of Anya's life.
Now?
Don't you want this?
We're getting married.
Oh my god.
I thought you were waiting for the right moment.
It's now.
I did.
That's an interesting look from Dawn, right?
Here, have some money.
Like, if Anya's throwing money away, that says everything.
Unless I plucked it from my memory, much as I will Xander's vigorous use of his tongue.
Giles, come on, be happy for him.
Your glasses, so you don't have to see what we're doing.
Tell no.
It's a defense mechanism.
It's just the first premarital celebration. There'll be lots more, with gifts.
Oh, really?
Maybe we'll even have time to decorate.
Oh, come on, Willow. Now you're just showing off here.
This is so much better than the way it usually looks. Thank you.
That is really cool of her to do that. Although Giles is so good. Tara and Giles are concerned. They don't like Willow using magic like that at all.
I use magic when you can do something naturally. Like monsters naturally. It's different. Because you're protecting people.
Yeah, one's out of necessity, one's not.
Why are you being like this? You're always coming down on me for.
I mean, is there a risk for using magic like that?
just wish that you would stop and think about what you're. It's okay. We're done.
Dang, it's not cool seeing them disagree like that.
Ew. Seems like only yesterday you had to pay a girl to date you.
Don't say that. That's mean.
I got a tattoo. Just a little one?
Over my dead body.
Buffy's a mom again.
You're very lucky.
Not as lucky as me.
I'm sleeping over at Genesis. No, it's on the other Halloween.
What is Dawn actually up to? I don't trust what Dawn's doing.
But you have to get us some extra gifts for our reception.
Yes, please.
Anya's not kidding.
It's 4 blocks away. I'll walk straight over.
The crazy guy with the knife is gonna come after her. Just watch. Buffy's gonna understand what it's like, what it's been like for Joyce, though, right?
Hello?
No. That's not a noise you say hello to. It's a noise you run from. Okay, at least you have something.
Hey!
Oh, perv.
Who says that?
Did you get over the wall okay? The park.
Ooh, the park.
Halloween.
I mean, you say that jokingly, but do you know what town you're living in?
Zach, this is my friend Dawn I was telling you about.
I've seen you around at a couple of parties.
Someone maybe has a crush?
So, what do you guys want to do?
Well, if it's a horror movie, you guys might all get killed.
Witches don't really look like that.
You got a lot of witch friends?
Yes.
Going all the way? Just one more.
Okay, good luck. What's
Anya
wrong
is
with
a
it?
wonderful former vengeance demon. I'm sure you'll spend non-hell dimensional bliss. Down payment on a house. You've got the rest of your life to plan the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Is Xander like, is the reality of it sinking in or what?
Isn't he supposed to be mental or something?
He doesn't want to.
I'll do it.
Okay.
You don't have to do this.
It's okay.
Trying to impress your friends. Gonna lead you down a dark path here. Oh, dang.
Shouldn't ought to mess with those.
Don't make me go kung fu on you, man.
Please do. Let's see this.
Come on inside. Daddy's got a treat. Cool.
Did you get hit on the head or something?
Dawn, tell them.
Why would you go in? I mean, that is all the warning signs of dangerous, creepy guy, right?
Used to design him. I was the best. Then that thing happened.
What happened?
A little mistake. Took it all away from me. My toys.
How dare they? What happened, though?
Time for the treat. Wants to help Daddy in the kitchen.
Count me out of it.
Sally's not much for the cooking.
Always use more hand.
As in the body parts that you chop off or something?
Out of here before Satan Claus tries to stuff us up the chimney.
Yes. Hey, why'd you even go in?
The old guy's real hard.
This guy has zero story. He's never seen a horror movie in his life.
The dude's 1,000 years old. What's he gonna do?
Where's its head?
I am liking the horror vibe of this episode, though. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, here we go. Oh, shoot. I did not expect that. And you did invite them in. Okay, that was a good twist. I kind of want to know what the old guy was going to do, though. Was he going to kill them?
Let's go.
Oh, what happened? Oh my god, oh my god.
Are they both vampires?
Lunchables? Or should we go all the way and turn them?
Dang, I like that twist. It's good old-fashioned vampires, right? But the old man was a good misdirection.
I mean, mortal life being so short, much marital bliss as we can before we wither. House and babies, otherwise I'll just run roughshod over your entire...
Xander, what's going through your head right now?
To call them before they hit college.
Rupert is an exceptionally strong name.
Zero bias. Zero bias.
And our progeny to eat paste and have their lunch money stolen.
Oh, dang. That's a little bit rude.
And have everything work out exactly as I dream. I mean, how often does the universe allow that to happen?
I don't understand. Like, it doesn't feel as happy. What's off between them?
Sweet Mother Oxygen.
You okay?
Yeah.
Just a little overwhelmed, I guess.
I didn't think it'd be so much.
This is good.
Right?
Love and celebration. Something out there cruising for a smackdown.
Yes, there is. Hopefully you're just in time to save your sister.
Frozen here.
Thanks. You guys got a car?
We do now. Poor person. Another added to the list of Sunnydale victims. Watch, Buffy's gonna see Dawn and, like, worry that she's on a date, and then Dawn's gonna get mad at her, not realizing Buffy's saving her life. Oh. That's a warning sign.
Let's get her in.
Tara doesn't look happy at all either. This is really a mixed bag of a party. Like, there's like a veneer of happiness, but it's complicated. And there goes the music.
We were just getting our dance on.
Swing by Spikes.
Love it when they run.
Yeah. I hope Dawn runs quickly.
Cold doesn't really bother me.
What are you, Superman?
No, just dead.
Few special powers.
How is Buffy gonna find Dawn here, though?
Another thing we have in common. Wanna go?
No.
Ugh.
What do you expect?
Just wanna taste you.
Literally.
That was your first. It was. That was your first kiss.
Dang, with a vampire.
Please tell me how awful it was.
It was perfect.
Okay, well, at least he's not going for the kill right away, right?
Do you think she's here? Dawn might have come here.
Wrong spot, but not a horrible guess.
Humble, geek-infested roots. Come on, let's look over here.
Can they use a spell to find her?
Many fade to one. What are you doing, Will?
Oh, she is using a spell.
To shift everyone who isn't a 15-year-old girl alternate dimension.
Is she serious? I thought she was joking.
What if something went wrong? Well, it won't. Are you taking his side now? This isn't about side.
Oh, that was really cool. That was really cool.
Talking about me behind my back. How that makes me feel?
Willow, she's just concerned.
Too much magic. Just sit back and keep my mouth shut? Well, that'd be a good start.
Oh, come on. Don't say that, Willow.
I love you so damn much I would. Callum. Tara.
That was a really cool effect, though, how they cut all the sound away. Willow, I feel like I feel like this is on Willow, right? Like, Tara is just concerned about what Willow's doing.
Oh, as long as it's not bleeding.
As long as it's not your neck and it's too late. Oh, dang.
Get your gear together. We need to... Spike?
Is he here?
Civilized cultures, that's called trespassing. Dawn and a little friend pulled a Houdini.
She's out there running around by herself.
You're not alone.
I did a sweep of the tunnel, talking about the cemetery.
Go with her, Spike. Come on.
Cemetery, Halloween.
Don't get too scared, Giles.
Oh!
Shoot, you okay? Nobody saw. Don't worry. Nobody saw. Is that her?
Dawn! Janice?
Bit me.
Go, go, go. You gotta know Dawn's close.
Like you weren't asking for it. What do you know about a grandpa?
Quite a bit, actually.
Dang, dang. Nice, okay. Staked? Ooh,
Dude, that sucks.
you suck. Goodbye.
Where's Dawn?
Come on, say where the car was.
I thought we could, like, hang out. You're not like other girls. Something special about you.
Is he trying to manipulate her?
Time I saw you, I just want to be close to you.
Does he want to actually turn her, maybe?
It only hurt for a second.
I bet you said
Dawn.
that to all the girls. This the easy way, or we can do this the hot.
Who's that? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
What were my choices again?
Okay, we need backup. Immediate backup, please.
So, private game or can anyone join in?
Crash the party.
I didn't know he was dead.
Living dead.
Shut up.
Working in the woods with the boy you just met. I don't believe you.
One for a vampire
Yeah.
Was different.
it always is when it's you.
I mean, it was different because Angel has a soul, but...
Can we fight now?
Come here to just make out. Oh, that's... Run. You scream. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Nice last words. That was a great response from Buffy. Oh, that's some beautiful teamwork. Yeah, who was saying Giles is old? Those pretty good moves there. Oh, dang. I jinxed it, my bad.
You nit. We take the night off.
Yeah.
Me and mine don't follow no stinking rules.
Okay, then die.
Rebels.
Cool rebels who are dead.
I'm a rebel. You're an idiot.
Well said. Oh, great line, Spike.
Give the lot of us a bad name.
Not all vampires can be as cool as you. Buffy, channel your protective rage. Oh, dang. Damage to the car. Hope they have insurance. Ooh, nice. That was a good move. I like that. Good choreography. Oof. Oof. Beheaded by a car door.
Trick or treat.
I thought you really liked me.
Did Dawn stake him? Yeah. That's a moment that Dawn will never forget.
Big monster bashing. I think I'm gonna turn in. Good night.
Dang. It sucks seeing what's going on between the two of them.
How's your face?
Ruggedly handsome.
As always. As always.
She's taking it pretty hard. Glad you're here to take care of it. Don't be too hard on her, okay?
Giles has to take care of it? Dang, okay. Uncle Giles, handle this. Handle your teenager.
The part where you tell me you're not angry, just disappointed.
Pretty much. Except for the bit about not being angry.
Angry and disappointed.
I'm sorry, okay? It's not that easy. It's time and take it back. Because I could probably...
Yeah, no. That's not the joke to make.
Can we not do this now? Forget it ever happened.
Just talk about it later.
Forget.
Willow, don't. Come on, Willow. You know better than to do this. You're gonna do this to your partner?
Every day should always end. All the stuff in the middle. Not mad? About what?
Willow, how can you be doing this to Tara? What is Willow doing, man, this whole season? Well, that was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 6, Episode 6. I mean, I was excited once I realized very early on that it was a Halloween Buffy episode, and I was not disappointed at all. I thought it was a very, very good episode with a lot of different parts about it that I like. I might miss a few things because there was a lot going on, but I'll try to kind of talk about some of the biggest things that I was a fan of. And first of all, I thought we had a very good, just kind of general story misdirection with the elderly guy, who I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, they did show the cake, so I think it's implied that he actually was harmless. You know, he was just, like I was kind of saying, I mean, I guess subconsciously, maybe I kind of was thinking it, even though I didn't predict it. I'm not trying to take credit. I'm just saying that, you know, when they first showed the old guy, like what made it so creepy, you know, was the fact that they were playing like this horror music. But I think I made a comment like, oh, if it weren't for that, he could just be some old guy, you know, probably getting ready to get his treats that he wanted to give out to the neighborhood. But I just thought it was a very effective misdirection, and I like that, how the whole time you were thinking like, oh, he's the scary old guy with a knife, you know, gonna do something crazy on Halloween. But before we kind of get into the payoff for that storyline and that twist, I guess we had, you know, the magic shop at Halloween being super, super busy. We had everyone hard at work. Anya was just overjoyed. And then we had the big moment, which I did not expect because there really wasn't much warning, but Xander just announces to everybody that he is going to get married to Anya. And it didn't play out the way I thought it was going to. I honestly thought that moment was going to be a really emotional, sweet moment, and Anya was just going to be overwhelmed. And I really thought it was going to be a pure celebration of love. But it definitely didn't feel like that to me. It was a mixed bag. It wasn't like it was depressing or something, but I feel like Xander just in that moment, seeing Anya really happy at how successful they had been, you know, how they had a great day for the shop, just was like, now is the right time, felt it in his heart. And I feel like that's a cool way to do it. He didn't necessarily have to plan it out. He just knew when it was time. So then he tells everybody, I mean, the reaction, I feel like I have to go back, you know, and edit this and look at the reaction of everybody. But it felt, I feel like maybe everyone and all the Scoobies were just shocked and they couldn't quite process it. I'm actually surprised that none of them really saw it coming. I guess maybe they were surprised that Xander was able to commit, and just, you know, the fact that out of all their friends, he's the first one taking that big step towards getting engaged, towards eventually getting married. Maybe that does come as a bit of a shock. But Giles, I'm trying to remember too, it didn't seem like he seemed super happy either, which is a little bit surprising. I'm like, why? Like, Are people just surprised and a little bit overwhelmed, or are they just tired after an exhausting day and then you have to have a party and that's just a little bit too much? Or is there something else? Like, are they concerned about what's going to happen? I mean, I do think that Anya, you know, the weight of what Xander just did was sinking in a little bit. You know, you could just see it the way he was kind of looking at Anya when Anya's like talking about planning out her whole life and doing all this stuff. I guess my advice, not that anyone's asking for it, but if Xander was my friend asking me for advice, I'd just be like, look, that's just Anya when she's exciting. When she's excited about something, she's really excited about the fact that you finally shared it with all your friends. Like, don't worry. Don't worry that she's going to be planning out every second of your guys' lives. It's okay. Take it one step at a time. Take a breather, you know. And I think basically that's what Xander did. You know, he did take a minute to take a break from the party and just hang out with Buffy. I do like how we can see, you know, obviously we've changed so much from season 1 when Xander was, you know, head over heels infatuated with Buffy. Now, you know, they have a meaningful friendship and they can kind of share a moment like that where Xander is just feeling a little bit overwhelmed, maybe a little bit anxious about, you know, what's going to happen with the future. And I like that. I as much as part of me, you know, is kind of hoping we can just have pure celebration of love and happiness and joy. You know, I really like how the show Buffy shows how it's not always that simple and that perfect, because I don't think real life is usually that simple and that perfect. It's not pure wish fulfillment, even, you know, even in a joyous occasion like getting engaged, getting married. I think it's normal for a lot of people to go through moments of second guessing themselves, feeling overwhelmed, feeling anxious. You know, those type of feelings are just real. So it's kind of a sobering thing to see that reflected in just that announcement from Xander, and having Xander, just the reality of it really sink in. At least that's kind of how I interpreted his reaction in that moment. And then you could also see, you know, kind of a setup for Dawn's storyline. You could see Dawn looking at Anya and Xander and, you know, kind of wishing that she had some type of love like that. You know, they mentioned in Dawn's diary that she had a crush on Xander, right? So it could be the fact that she used to have a crush on Xander. She still does have a crush on Xander. Or it could just be simply the fact that as a teenager, you see someone else who's like happy in love, and, you know, it's normal to kind of be like, oh, I wish I had that perfect love and all that stuff, right? Even Buffy, I feel like, maybe felt a little bit of that when they showed her walking through the streets and like seeing other couples. You know, it's normal if you're single and, you know, you wish you could be in love. It's normal, I feel like, to get that feeling reinforced when you see another couple either taking a step forward in their relationship or just hanging out really happy together. But I just really like the way they handled Dawn's storyline. Like I said, I really thought the twist was cool, how the two guys, I didn't see it coming. You know, I was like, oh, these guys are so stupid. They're going to be killed by this old guy and lead Dawn into trouble. But no, they weren't stupid. I mean, they were kind of stupid, but they're also evil, dangerous vampires that killed that poor old man. I do feel bad for that guy. I feel bad for the random person whose car they stole and they also murdered. You know, just rest in peace to all, yet again, some more victims of Sunnydale. But then, you know, they obviously led Dawn and her friend off to kill them or to turn them into vampires, right? And that was obviously, you know, we have some direct parallels to real life and to what it can be like to be a young girl or just a teenager, putting someone in a situation that I feel like many people are in, and realistically demonstrating in obviously a supernatural way the dangers, not only the dangers that exist, that parents are concerned, or a big sister or an uncle like Giles are concerned about, that can happen, but also, I guess, how naive you are as a teenager, right? Because we see Dawn, and she spent the night looking at Anya and Xander and being like, oh, I wish I had something like that. Then she meets some handsome guy that she knows from school, and she's like, oh, this guy is so cool. And, you know, like, you just get an instant crush the way you can as a teen. I mean, anyone can get a crush as an adult, but especially as a teenager, you're particularly vulnerable to anything from Cupid, right? So you have that feeling, and then you think it's like the perfect romantic date, right? And you have all these worries about yourself. Dawn's never kissed anyone before, right? I guess it just, you know, by having those characters be vampires and having that, you know, moment with Dawn in the car and she's kissing this guy and she's just thinking this is the best moment of her life, right? But having them be a genuine dangerous threat to her life was a great representation of the real life dangers of what it can be like when you're young and like you think these guys, you know, you're trusting some guy who takes you out in the middle of nowhere to the woods, and you could be in real danger, in real physical danger. could be someone trying to take advantage of you. It could be, you know, someone who's going to break your heart. Like, there's many things that could go wrong. And I feel like Buffy and Giles are really the parental figures in that scenario. It's like they are old enough. We, you know, at least depending on how old you are when you're watching this as Buffy, you know, you realize the real dangers, whether it's a vampire, whether it's not, for a teenage girl to be with some guy by herself in the woods. But Dawn obviously didn't realize that, right? And I think that's just so true to being a teenager and being that age in your life. And it shows what it's like to be a parent when you're a teenager. Like, you're trying to impart wisdom and to warn them, but until they go through something, sometimes it's hard to get through to them and for them to fully understand the reality of the danger that they're in. And there's one moment that I particularly really liked in that scene, when even after Dawn realized that that one guy was a vampire, I forget exactly what he said, but he was basically just like making a case like, no, I really like you, you're really beautiful. And Dawn just kind of stood there. And I'm like, immediately I was like, are you kidding me, Dawn? Like, this guy's a vampire and you're just going to let him say you're pretty and then just, you're going to willingly stand there when he might bite you or turn you into a vampire? Like, your life is at risk. But I thought that was so perfect to, in that singular moment, like, encapsulate so much of what it means to be a teenager and just how naive you are to the dangers, both romantically, but in many aspects of life, right? Like, whether it's a life and death situation, you know, a romantic situation, you know, there's so many things that you don't understand about just reality in general at that age, and how even you can see something that you realize is dangerous, like a vampire, but you're not mature enough to fully register how you need to behave and how seriously you need to take that threat. And you can't distinguish necessarily between the importance of some guy telling you that you look good or that you're a great person and your actual life at stake. So I thought that was a really cool way to do that. I thought the storyline had some obvious parallels, but it worked really well. And it was also just exciting, you know, in the Buffy universe as well, just having this storyline of these vampires trying to isolate, you know, these two girls breaking the rules of Halloween. And then it led to a very funny moment where we have Giles and Buffy and kind of like very parental lecture moment. I like how there's just this random couple there that Buffy's like, you guys aren't vampires, get out of here, go run. Even before that, it was cool when Giles was just there by himself and we had that like turning shot and all the other vampires just showed up in their cars surrounding him. We had some great fight choreography. I thought that really stood out to me. Some of the fights with Buffy and the vampire with the car, I really enjoyed that. I really like Spike. I like how he was like talking down to the vampire, like, you're putting a bad name for us, like breaking these rules, thinking you're rebels, thinking you're cool. You know, that one line he had was great. You know, you're not a rebel, you're an idiot, something like that. I thought that was fantastic. And then we also, you know, had a storyline with Willow and Tara. And I feel like that's setting up for a bigger storyline because we've seen repeatedly not only some tension between Willow and Tara and their relationship, but just, I mean, I've been back and forth with what Willow has been doing with magic. I feel like I've been leaning slightly more towards Giles being correct in his kind of anger at what Willow has done. But this episode, it's more black and white to me because you really see, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe Willow has everything under control, but I just don't think so. I think as her power has been growing, her arrogance has really been growing to an almost proportional amount. I think she's so blind to the concern that her friends who actually care about her, it's like, Tara is not trying to ruin your day, Willow. She's not some rude person trying to bring down your mood. She's genuinely concerned with the lack of gravity Willow has towards something as serious as magic. So I really am on Tara's side in this situation, and I can understand where Willow is coming from. Like, it doesn't feel unrealistic to her character, but I'm so concerned. And it also is sad seeing that Willow's arrogance is affecting her relationships negatively, which does make sense, right? She's kind of being dismissive of other people's concerns. She's so confident in her abilities that she can't even fully empathize and understand where Giles and Tara are coming from with their concern. You know, even if Willow disagrees with them and is, you know, isn't convinced that she's wrong with her approach to magic, she should at least give Giles and Tara some more credit with where they're coming from with their concern. It's coming from a place of love, not from a place of jealousy or just meaningless control or anything like that. And then the big obvious moment that just makes it crystal clear of like where Willow is crossing a line ethically, in my opinion, is how she handles the fight with Tara, right? It's like, instead of trying to resolve their argument, she just uses a spell to wipe Tara's memory. Like, that, I mean, that shocks me a little bit that Willow would go that far. That almost shocks me to the point where I'm like, that can't be the first time that Willow has done this to Tara or to her friends or to people in general. And I could be wrong. Like, maybe that is the very first time that she's crossed that kind of line, but she seemed to like just reach that decision so quickly. It's like, oh, we're not getting along quickly. Tara's just not forgiving me the second I say sorry because we had a fight, so immediately just wipe her memory. But that's pretty dark. And I mean, it does excite me because I am liking where I think they're heading with this storyline of like Willow possibly going to do something with magic that spins out of control and is something they have to deal with. I mean, I don't know what exactly it will be, but I like the magic angle, and I even like the idea of one of the Scoobies losing control in that sense and maybe going down a bit of a dark path. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but I definitely think, you know, they're setting up something, and Willow, if she doesn't realize what she's doing soon, something is going to go wrong, 100%. I'll also be curious, moving past this, how Dawn will handle this. You know, I do think it's a big moment. Hopefully it's something she can learn from, and it's probably a moment that's going to make her grow up a bit here. You know, it's kind of brutal. Her first kiss is with a vampire, but it's like it runs in the Summer's blood, right? You know, falling in love with vampires here. As she said to Buffy, it's like, it's in the family. It's a family thing. How much control do they really have over it? Maybe they're just drawn to vampires. It's like, that's their type. I did like, you know, it was a very brief moment, but I did like how Giles, you know, talked to Dawn basically, and he's like, yeah, I'm angry and disappointed, and that makes sense, right? I think any parent would be. But thankfully Giles has been here these last couple episodes so that he can kind of fill that fatherly role for Dawn. I think that's definitely important. But I did find it interesting that Buffy didn't try to be involved in that conversation whatsoever. She just walked away. I feel like that's, once again, you know, maybe Buffy was making a judgment call, being like, look, Giles is a better person to have this talking to. Maybe, you know, a talking from your big sister is not the right kind of conversation you need in this moment. But I don't think so. I think that's just another example of how Buffy isn't really able to handle everything since she's been able to come back. She has been overwhelmed, right? And so that does have me a little bit concerned as well. But thankfully, Giles, you know, can kind of step up and help out in that regard. That is what, you know, friends and family are for. And one other thing I did find interesting, and I could be reading way too much into it, but just with the whole Xander and Anya storyline, the fact that it's on Halloween, and that's when we have this engagement announcement, I feel like there could be some deeper symbolism there. You know, Halloween, you dress up in a costume, everyone plays a character and plays a certain role. It could feel like, and I'm hoping it's not 100% like this, but it could feel like Xander is taking the next steps in his life, getting engaged, moving forward to get married, because that's what you do. Right? That's the role. It's like you reach a certain age, what do? You play the role of now getting engaged. Now you play the role of getting married. Now you play the role of having kids. But maybe some of the hesitation is because that is why Xander is possibly doing it. I don't know. Maybe it's just the normal second guessing yourself and feeling a little bit overwhelmed as well. But I wonder if there's some type of connection with the idea of like playing a certain character and wearing a costume when internally that's not necessarily who you are. I don't know. Like I said, I could just be trying to read too much into the Halloween writing. But whoever wrote this episode of Buffy, if they did have that in mind, I guess I just credit to them for having that deeper layer for the background event of Halloween going on during this celebration, during this announcement. Yeah, but that is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 6, Episode 6. Really, really enjoyed that one. I thought, like I said, just a lot of really strong storylines, a lot of really deep themes. I don't even feel like I expressed myself very well with what it was representing and saying, but I just feel like it's Buffy the show really in its lane, doing what it does best, you know, having a compelling, interesting kind of horror vibe like this season has been doing, story on its surface, but then having something that's very relatable to being a teenager, being a parent or a sibling to a teenager, and just some of those life lessons that are very interesting as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. As always, the full unedited reaction is up on Patreon, along with future episodes of both Buffy and Angel if you'd care to support. Thank you for watching, and as always, remember, be active, be mindful, and be a hero.